Hello, Andrew here again, and my hair is like more 70s than usual. I don't know why. But this is my honest reaction to the new A Quiet Place film, Day One. Directed by Michael Sonosky. He worked on the previous film, I believe, and stars Alex Wolff, Joseph Quinn, and powerhouse Lupita Nyong'o. I just watched this film. I took my mum. I invited my mum. She came willingly. And this is the scariest film I have seen in a long time. Oh boy. I don't remember being this on the edge of my seat for a film. There were moments where I just had to have my hands covering most of my face, except for my eyes. I had to keep watching, but in my head I'm going, motherfucker, don't. Not because of like the characters doing like dumb decisions, but it's just like, don't do this to me right now. I try not to spoil anything. This movie did just come out. If you've seen the trailers though, you'll know that this movie has a cat in it. I freaking love cats. And now this cat deserves a fucking Oscar because it delivered so much heart, character, personality. Really gave the film a really cozy heart. I think, having had that glimpse of what Day One looked like, sort of, in The Quiet Place Part 2, we sort of need to up the ante, and they put a fucking cat in the film. There's literally like a main protagonist, and holy cow, I was like, oh my god, kill everyone else as long as the cat makes it outside, makes it out alive. That is how much I cared. And I think that was sort of the internet's general consensus going in. Just please have the cat live. Oh my god. Something is revealed about Lupita Nyong'o's character at the very start of the film that really just took me. I was like, oh, this is how we're going to do this. And it really brings a new attitude, new perspective to the apocalyptic genre. It's like, yeah, everyone wants to make it out alive. No one wants to die. But this film makes the journey to safety very complicated, interesting. There's not a lot of dialogue, as you can imagine, but they make what dialogue there is really count. I cried at multiple points in this film. Oh, they do some really good character work, even though it's like, it may feel like the bare minimum. You're in with these characters. You're in. Really, I'm just talking about Joseph Quinn and Lupita Nyong'o, because they're really the only ones we spend the most of the film with. Joseph Quinn, Eric's introduction, really heartfelt. I love to hear him with his home accent. And the whole film, we're near the end of the film, right? And my mum, she like whisper speaks next to me. She goes, and he still got his tie on. I'm like, Mum, can you shut up? Ugh. We've made it so far. We've made it so far not talking. My mum loves to commentate on movies. I love her for it, but for a movie called A Quiet Place, you know, gotta be quiet. And for the most part, quietest movie experience of my freaking life. Very respectful. Everyone was great. There's one woman, she couldn't control herself. She started having a coughing fit, and after like a minute, she got up and just left. She left the theatre to be taken by the sound monsters. Huge respect, thank you. But yeah, you're so hooked on what's happening that any other movement in the cinema or any other noise, you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, okay. Yeah. Terrifying, really scary, probably one of my favorite films of the year. In my opinion, it's better than the first two. I haven't seen a whole ton of apocalyptic films, but this one, I know the first two are like about like a family and shit, but like this gave me like Lost in Translation vibes, where it's like two strangers in a city, they sort of help each other find themselves, literally, kind of by the end. Really, really heartfelt. There are multiple sobbing opportunities, and I was borderline sobbing. I was, God, yeah, you're upset about the human stuff, and then it cuts to a shot of the cat, and I'm a wreck. I'm a fucking wreck. Excuse me. Oh, no end credits scene. I was the last one in the theatre to make sure. They really build it up with the intense music near the end of the credits, and you're like, oh, and it's just the Paramount logo on my arm. Yep, that's yep. And for a second, I think like aliens creeping up behind me. I don't know if we've got names for them yet. I keep wanting to say clickers, but that's Last of Us. There is like some alien lore. It's not giant, just more sort of like how they are as biological animals, I guess, like their behavior. Just seeing them like race through the street like the stampede that killed Mufasa, it's insane. And the theater I was in, you could just feel it in your soul. Like, holy cow. And I was thinking, I wonder when this is set. Like, we're in New York. I think we're post 9/11. Because I can imagine, I mean, I wasn't there or alive in 2001, but I can imagine, like, when they impact, being like, oh, it's a terrorist attack. There's just a lot of, like, moments you're just along with the ride with the characters' confusion, even though you know it's the aliens, because it's a prequel. But there's some really good scenes in like some fog, the ash, no really cheap jump scares. They're pretty well deserved. Yeah, and there's just some stuff that's just generally horrifying. Having seen the first two, when they came out, I don't think they overuse or underuse the monsters too much. Like, it's pretty perfect. They use them really well. There's some scenes where they're running across the mud, and it's kind of satisfying to watch. And there's one scene that involves a lot of people, walking, and the atmospheric noise just builds up, like they're slowly turning the dial, and as that's happening, you can just see, like in your peripheral, the creatures like crawling down the buildings, and like they're about to strike. And fuck, this was a roller coaster ride on acid. Steroids. I asked my mum how scary she thought it was out of 10. She said 7 out of 10. I mean, it is, we're dealing with ultrasonic sensitive space spider creatures, so it's, their realism's sort of shaky. But I believed like a lot of, like, every minute of this film. It's paced really well. We get right into it. The emotional beats, boom, 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 break my heart. Well done to Michael Sinowski and Jim from The Office. I think you did superb. One of my favorite movies of the year so far. Ciao.